Guys, welcome back. I have another Thanksgiving recipe for you guys. Today, we're talking turkey. Let's get cooking.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
All right, guys, turkey. Now, if you're doing a whole turkey, just watch my video from last year. I've reposted it. It's the easiest way to do is just spatchcock it and roast it in the oven. That's gonna be foolproof. That's gonna be great. But now, let's say you're doing a small get-together, or maybe you're alone. Maybe it's a lonely Thanksgiving. Hey, it happens. It happens. We're gonna do a turkey roulade. We're just using the breast. It's gonna be a much smaller portion. It looks a lot fancier, and trust me, it tastes like $1 million. Now, roulade, it's a French word. It means to roll up. You get a nice big-sized turkey breast, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna butterfly it open. So find the center with your knife, and you want the skin on, leave the skin on, and we're gonna butterfly this open. Now this is gonna get pounded thin. See, half the stuff in this kitchen is at my house, half of it's here. I thought I had a rolling pin here, I don't. Bottle of wine, that'll work. You gotta use what you got sometimes. It happens to be about 1/4 inch. I'm gonna hit this with some salt and pepper. I have a stick of softened butter, room temperature butter. That's gonna go into a food processor. Now, you can do all this by hand. This is just a much faster way to do it, but you can just mash the butter with the herbs. We're gonna go in with a little bit of thyme, a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of sage. The holy trinity of the holidays right there. And there you go, herb butter. So you're gonna wanna put a sheet of plastic wrap down. This is gonna help us roll it up. And directly on this, we're gonna go with our herb butter. Save some though, we're gonna put some on the outside. You don't wanna use all of it. Next, I have some prosciutto. We're just gonna layer this with prosciutto now. And you can also use a binder if you want to use a Dijon mustard. You can put a mustard instead of the butter. I like the butter, it's the holidays, but a mustard's nice too. And the final layer of this, if I can find where I left it, is the stuffing. Now, this goes right in the middle, right here. And you're gonna say, Donny, interesting, that looks like a stovetop stuffing. Guess what? It is. You can make your own stuffing from scratch. I have videos on that. I didn't feel like doing it. Sometimes you just don't feel like doing the dry out the bread overnight. Make the stock, put this, it's a process, and I grew up on this. I like the flavor of stovetop. Sue me, throw me in jail, sue me. I like it. All right, let's roll this up. Take your plastic wrap and it's gonna help you just roll that up. You want a nice tight roll here. Let's get our roasting tray right here. So I have some shallots, I have some carrots underneath. You don't even have to peel them all the way. I have some garlic. This is just to collect the pan drippings and the juice, and that's gonna melt together, cook together. We're gonna use that to make our stock, to make our gravy at the end. Twine's out there. And try to get as much of that skin kind of stretched out on top. I know it's not always the easiest, but that skin is what, see, that's gonna get nice and brown and crispy on the top. So really try to highlight that skin. Give it a little bit of an assist, stretch it out over the top. The knot I'm doing 2 twists like this to secure it down like you're tying your shoe, and then this your standard, whatever knot that is. And then we can just take it, cut off the excess. We'll finish it off with that butter. Dude, I get a song stuck in my head. I never stop saying, now it's night moves. Little Bob Seger, come on. Night moves. I wish we could plug that in. We can't. You're just gonna have to hear me saying, night moves. All right, that's looking good, guys. Let me wash my hands here quick. Let's finish with a little salt and pepper on top, and then we'll pop this in the oven at 350 for about 30, 40 minutes. I hate giving times. You just got to look at it. Every oven's different. This guy gets really hot, really fast. So you're going to want to just get a thermometer and check it, all right? Turkey is cooked at 160. People say 165. I go 160, but you want to pull it out before that. 155 because it's going to carry over when it's resting. It's called carryover cooking. It happens. Any kind of protein, remember that. Carryover cooking. All right, into the oven. Enough yapping. Here we go. To go along with that turkey roulade, we're gonna make a quick cranberry sauce. Now, I can just buy that at the store. It's so easy to make and tastes so much better that you should just make it yourself. This is all it is. It's sugar and water, equal portions, about a cup of each. We're making a simple syrup to start. So sugar and water goes in, we're gonna bring it up to a boil. This thing's already pretty hot. Sugar, water, and cranberries, and a little bit of orange zest, that's all you need, and you're gonna have a much better tasting product than that stuff you get in a can that comes out, it looks like sludge. Just make it yourself. That's boiling. Now we go in with our cranberries. It's about 12 ounces, I wanna say. Look at that color, come on. We're just gonna cook these until the cranberries burst open and everything kind of gets together, gets like a big family in that pan. I'm gonna finish off with a little bit of orange zest. This is gonna add just a nice element of freshness. It's really gonna pop. It's gonna go, ooh. It's a lot better than that canned stuff. That canned stuff's not having orange zest in it, I'll tell you that. Makes the difference. Little things like this make the difference. That's when you go, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's because you put a little extra effort in and you made something delicious. It's that easy. You have a cranberry sauce. I'm gonna put this on low, let it reduce, let it thicken up. If you wanna smash it all down, you can. If you wanna leave it kind of little chunky cranberries like I prefer it that way, up to you. It's your sauce. Do you. Let's check out our turkey here. Okay, it's still cooking. Good. It's still in there. It didn't get up and walk away. It didn't grow legs. While we're at it, let's just make a quick gravy. So for gravy, it's gonna start out, you're making a roux. A roux is equal portions of flour and butter. So I'm going with 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna let that melt. I'm gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of flour. and that's your base. That's your thickening agent. Now, if you add milk to this, it becomes a bechamel, and that's your base for mac and cheese, for cheese sauce, for Alfredo. Stir that together. Now, there are different stages of roux. You have your blonde roux, you have your brown roux, you have your dark roux. It gets really dark for gumbo, for a lot of Cajun cooking. You really get a dark roux. Here we're going light. Once you have that flour smells coming out, that means that flour is cooking off. If you don't cook it long enough, you're gonna have a floury taste. That's the color we're looking for. And then to this, we're gonna add chicken stock, turkey stock, vegetable stock, up to you. That goes in. And this is gelatinous just because it's cooled, it's homemade stock that's cooled down. And that's a good sign. If you make homemade stock, you want that gelatin in there because that means all the collagen, all the connective tissue from those bones has cooked out slowly, and it turns to liquid right away once it hits the heat. And see how thick that is already? Look, that's a thick gravy. So we're gonna add a little bit more stock. And we'll finish it off with the drippings from that pan. I'm gonna go ahead and whack this with a couple fresh herbs too. And then of course you're gonna hit that with salt and pepper. And there you go. It's a beautiful gravy. Let's have a taste. Delicious. And it's gonna get even better once we put in those pan drippings. All right guys, we're gonna wait for that bird to finish cooking, and then that's it. We assemble, we eat. We'll see you back on this side when it's done. Once it's had about 10 minutes to rest, we can go ahead and slice into it. And look, you'll see this beautiful cross section. There we go, we have our prosciutto, we have our turkey, we have our stuffing. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's finish it off. We have our cranberry sauce. Look at the color on this. Just gonna do a spoon of this off to the side. Oh, and one right on top, nice. We'll go ahead and go with gravy right on top. That we want all over. All right guys, and there you go. That's how you make a turkey roulade. It's a nice alternative if you don't wanna do the whole bird. Make this, you'll have a great Thanksgiving. Guys, we'll see you next time. I'm Chef Donny, peace.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.